Good morning or good afternoon, depending on the time zone when you click on this video. Hope all of you are having a fantastic day, and whatever you set out to do today, I hope you're able to accomplish it, and I hope you end the day off feeling very satisfied. And so with that being said, today I want to talk about this PV trailer that came out about 10 hours ago, as you can see here. And this PV trailer is just, you know what, I'm going to play a few seconds here, and you can kind of get a grasp of what you can expect from this upcoming episode of Mushoku Tensei. You hear Paul's monologue over this. He's rushing towards this Hydra, and I want to point something out here. If you were not, like, really trying to look for it, you would not realize that this right here, this creature, is CGI. You would not even notice that the Hydra is full-blown CGI if you really weren't either told it or looking for it. And this is how you use CGI. To perfectly blend in the background art, the environment, to the 2D art, etc. This is how CGI should be done, if they have to use CGI. And to be fair, a Hydra being turned into CGI makes perfect sense. I mean, anyone that knows anything about Hydras and the mythological entity itself knows it has multiple heads. It's very hard to animate, especially trying to move all of its head, you know, all of its different heads at the same time. It can be very difficult. And so, keeping the consistency and all that, it makes sense why they would opt in for CGI. And once again, this entire sequence is just so good. Like, if you did not know this was CGI, you wouldn't have known. And I really just love how Paul is putting in the work here, like, legit. We've always heard that Paul is strong. We know he was an adventurer prior to Mushoku Tensei Episode 1. We know that, you know, he was with Zenith, his wife, and all that, and, you know, we could assume that Paul was, like, the DPS. And seeing this man kind of going in, like, Kirito style, basically, 2 swords and all that, rushing this Hydra, it is legitimately badass. Like, this is just such a badass segment, and, like, You know for a fact Rudy, while watching his father doing this, he's probably like, holy crap, like, Paul really is just an incredible sword fighter. It probably makes Rudy feel like maybe he should have learned more about the blade, because it's like, seeing what Paul is clearly doing here, it's like he's soloing this Hydra by himself. Like, just take a moment to look at this, okay? This man rushes down the Hydra, he literally slashes its head and all that, and it goes flying, as you can see here, and then he swirls back around, he's rushing back in. So, I love this. Look at the swift moves here, by the way. Like, the way he, like, rotates his body after he slashes the Hydra's, like, head off here. Like, here, look at this. So, as he slashes it off, he, like, rotates himself with his blades. And then, as he rotates, he gets his footing back. He rushes back to the Hydra once again, not really giving it any room to breathe whatsoever. And as he's, like, doing these flips, he's running up its head as it's, like, trying to attack him. Like, look at this closely. Like, while he's literally running up its head, the Hydra is still striking at him with other heads and stuff as he's crawling up its neck. And once again, this is the reason why CGI needed to be incorporated, all the movement with the entity itself. And I love how Paul really blends in with this whole action sequence, because once again, you would not know this is CGI if you weren't paying attention for it. But this is so good, man. Like, legitimately, this man is soloing a freaking Hydra pretty much by himself. It's just, oh, dude. I love it. And, you know, when you think about the situation, it makes sense why he's doing this, because it's like, you know, we gotta look at how, like, you know, like, the objective of the dungeon. The objective of the dungeon is for Paul and Rudy and them to find Zenith, or Paul's wife and Rudy's mother, and you can assume just by the way this is, they probably have found their objective or close to it, and because of that, you know, they're trying to deal with the entity that is before them, before they probably get to their main goal. It's legitimately awesome. Like, I absolutely love, this PV trailer. Like, dude, whoever did this animation sequence, holy crap. This, honestly, just this early look at it, like, obviously the full episode isn't out yet. We don't have, you know, this episode released, episode 22, but, looking at the early glimpse of this, there's just like 20 plus seconds of the trailer, we can assume that this could potentially be one of the best animated episodes of Mushoku Tensei, because, like, if we can expect sequences like this throughout the entire episode while they're going up against this Hydra, or at least a good portion of the episode focused on it, maybe half of it or so, I think that, like, we have probably one of the best looking episodes of the series to date. But, yeah, man, like, what an episode. We are gonna have quite an episode. Light novel readers and everyone have said for many, many weeks now, nobody is ready for what is to come, so let's get right into this Sunday. I cannot wait for this episode to release. But, yeah, just, I wanted to bring this to everybody's attention if you're unaware of it and all that. I wanted to share this because, like, this trailer, when I watched it when I woke up, I was like, yo, this just looks so freaking good. I absolutely just love the movement here. I can't get over the fact just how swift this movement is. How, like, you know, Paul goes in with both swords, how he's, like, dodging the Hydra, and then, like, he's just slashing. Like, this man is soloing a mythological entity that is supposed to be super powerful in myth. And like, I love how it kind of incorporates what we have seen foreshadowed for a very long time with Paul's character. Like, you know, just he's supposed to be strong. He doesn't seem it because obviously what we've seen of him is like this bubbly, drunkard father figure or whatever. So seeing him actually go in like he is, it's such an amazing moment, honestly, for the story. And it definitely is probably a wake-up call for Rudy, who he was truly being taught by at an early age with the sword and all that. But, I guess I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching the video. Just wanted to make this brief video. You have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Chibi out.